Hello, Object Show friendos. Hope you're all doing well, taking care of yourselves, feeling awesome, always awesome as you can feel. And if you ain't feeling awesome right now, I hope things pick up for you. Hopefully, a little bit of Object Show Roundup will perk things up a little bit. We have got so much stuff to go through today. Oh my goodness, it feels like so many things happened over the last few days. What the heck? So we got a new episode of shows to go over. We've got some just general updates to go over. We've got some more merch incoming to go over as well. Oh my word, it's just so much. Just so much. And then we've got to make our plans for the weekend episode as well. So, without further ado, let's just get stuck into the updates because I feel like this is going to be another one of those long ones. So first up, we had an interesting post from Allenimations. Just posted a gif of a top hat. I was like, cool, yeah, right. One of the most awesome Object Show characters from the acclaimed Nightly Manor. Yeah, sure. What of it? I was like, is this some kind of hint that? I mean, one of the things that Alan said was going to happen, there was going to be a Nightly Manor epilogue, but did say that was going to take a while. I'm like, is it like a tiny little hint at some on the epilogues happening, or it could be something else? And that was followed up with this message. Next plush is top hat. Are we getting a top hat plush? It's getting to the point now where there's not many Object Show plushies that get released that I don't want to buy. It's getting a little bit ridiculous now, everybody. I'm not saying stop doing it. I'm just saying that, ow, it hurts my bank account. But that will be kind of exciting stuff. And then everybody who has Sketchpad plushies can just perch them on top of Top Hat. That's the wrong hand again. I always do this. How do I always do this? How do I do this wrong every single time? How many videos have I done? Not just Object Show Roundup, but just in general in my life. And I still cannot figure out how mirror images work. I'm so smart. Anyway, so potentially, maybe we're going to be looking at, and like, again, is this just potentially gauging interest in the potential of having a top hat plush? Is it kind of a done deal and Alan's looking into getting it done? I don't know. Is it even happening? Is it just Alan just going, I'll give them a little bit of something to talk about for a while? I'm not saying Alan would do that. It's another little potential. But hey, you know what? I'd be down for that. It'll be pretty bulky because remember Top Hat being kind of a, compared to Sketchpad, if you do plushies from your show and you've got to go by scale, Top Hat's got to be significantly bigger than the Sketchpad plush. But I don't know how big the Sketchpad plush is because I don't own him yet. Soon though, I hope. So anyway, there you go. First piece of news is potential merch news. And you know what? The next piece of news is also merch news. So yeah, AnimationEpic posted a video which was kind of a follow-up to an announcement they made not too long ago to announce that they were ending their partnership with CreatorInk, who were in charge of basically doing all of the plushie and other merchandise stuff with them. The video was an interesting watch. We really do get a bit more of a deep dive into why that partnership ended. And it's funny because I did order the Inanimate Insanity blanket back in March, the hooded blanket. It didn't get here until September. So initially, I did have some pretty quick responses from the customer service at CreatorInk about it when I asked them, I reached out and asked about stuff. But yeah, it was quite a hefty delay. But apparently the delays weren't the only issue that they were having with the merch. There was also apparently the quality was dipping as well. And also the AnimationEpic team did not get paid any royalties for a year from CreatorInk, a whole year of not getting any money. So now they have to try and they're taking legal action against CreatorInk to get this money back from them. And that's just... AnimationEpic has a lot of subscribers. They do have people who support them in other ways. But merchandise is one of those, it's a major form of income when you have a show like that you can market plushies and blankets and stuff. It's like, how do you keep paying people to do the shows that you want to do if you don't have the income stream? So that's kind of a big deal. I do hope they sort it all out and it all gets resolved. In the same video, though, Adam did announce that they are now working with objectshows.com, who, I mean, pretty much every other single plush and stuff I've ordered has been through objectshows.com. So I think that's probably a good move for them to do that. And it didn't take them long to announce 2 plushies that are coming, the new ones. Well, I mean, you can see it in the thumbnail of that video that OJ is one of them. I am hyped for OJ. I love OJ. The OJ plushie is definitely getting added to our collection here. Blu-ray light bulb. I can see why they did have a poll to ask people which plushie they would want, and there was like a list you could choose from. So I mean, these were the popular choices. Obviously, that's why they went that way. And you can't really go against whoever the most votes are for. That's the one you'll probably sell the most of if those opinions turn into purchases. So it just makes sense. There were some other choices I probably would have made ahead of Blu-ray light bulb. I love light bulb. Don't get me wrong, I love light bulb, but there's so many other plushies we could have had. But they did follow that up by saying, along with these 2, there will be 3 other plushies also releasing this holiday season, and other products as well. 1 previously released character and 2 brand new characters. Time to get guessing. Well, my money's on Taco. I feel like we're going to have a Taco plush. I know Taco is a big fan favorite, so that would not surprise me at all. Wouldn't like to try and hazard a guess at any of the other ones, but I'm going to keep my eyes peeled because I love so many characters for my eye, and like, as if I need an excuse to get more plushies in this house, I swear. But anyway, it's hopefully good news moving forwards for them, working with objectshows.com. It's just a shame that CreatorInk just went that way. But again, this is the kind of thing where I really appreciate the updates. When we get videos like this, they could have just sat on that and just says, oh yeah, we're not working with them anymore, we'll let you know what's happening. But being open and honest and like forward with everybody about stuff like that, like straight up front, that's the right way to do things. So I appreciate the update from Adam on that one. And hopefully the merch going forwards will be, stable. Hopefully. All right, over to Gag, Greeny Guy, Mr. Green now. And we, out of the blue, we got this. Animatic Battle 4A dropped. This is going to be a fun one because obviously it has been over a year since the 3rd episode came out. So I have not gone through an episode of Animatic Battle yet. And the chaos that show is going to be really fun to try and round up. So that's going to be an entertaining one to do for sure. It's not going to happen in this episode because, well, I just haven't had time yet to do the thing I need to do. So that's going to be one of this weekend's things for sure. I want to try and squeeze another thing in. I don't want to talk about it too much. This is the thing, my brain, I don't want it to go wandering again like it always does. Got to try and stay on topic here a little bit. Very excited for Animatic Battle 4. Have watched it. Me and Ruby have already watched it. I just need to do the thing where I rewatch it. Maybe a couple of times. And then try and absorb stuff. And so I can start talking about it and pulling stuff out. And, all the kind of thing I try to do with my episode discussions. So expect that one on Saturday. Very cool. The hype was very much real when that episode. I woke up to, and this is the thing too, being in the time zone I happen to be in. A lot of this stuff either comes out like late-ish in the evening or when I'm asleep. So many times I wake up and I put my phone on and I'm like, I've got the little YouTube notification and I'm like, okay, is this a new episode of something or is it just comments on stuff? And when it's a new episode or something, I'm like, oh, geez, okay, how long? I'm going to try and squeeze this in and get Ruby to watch it before Ruby goes to school. And I'll go try and watch it before I start work for the day, so I can at least have it in my head, and I can get in there and I can do my thing. But anyway, like I said, I have watched it once. Looking forward to going over it a little bit more in depth in Saturday's episode of OSR. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it, everybody? Whew, been a long time coming, but it's here! Hooray! Rejoice! All right, let's hop over to Jack and Jellyfy now, and they did announce the winners of the Halloween contest. There are going to be some delayed Halloween updates here, just because when Halloween came around, I didn't have time to do any Halloween updates because it fell on the day I do my recording. So apologies for the slightly delayed Halloween updates in this video, but hey, you know what? It can be scary season whenever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be October. It can be whenever you want. So we can make it last into November if we really want to. That's up to us. Yeah, they did announce the winners of firstly the costume contest. Fantastic costumes there, and the pumpkin carving contest as well. I love those. The three. Wow. And the 2763. How it looks really cool. There's like so many talented people out there, and I think it's a really cool little thing that they do as well, like do the giveaways and have people show off their creativity, and like it's really fun. I really enjoyed checking these winners out and stuff. Football speaker box costume is fantastic, by the way. They're all good, but that one's really good. So yeah, really good stuff. They also gave some honorable mentions too, which I thought was really nifty. Look at all of these. Look at the costume, the market costume. Probably my favorite of the honorable mentions. It's a really fun one, that one. And like more amazing carvings in there as well. More fantastic jack-o'-lantern work, everybody. It's really good. It's like we wanted to do a pumpkin, but as with so many plans around here, we just didn't get time to do anything. So it's fine. It's still cool seeing everybody else's stuff. Congrats to everybody who won, and congrats to everybody who took part and got the honorable mentions. And hey, if you took part and didn't even get an honorable mention, you know what? But you still had fun doing it though, didn't you? That's the main thing. All right, and we got a lovely thank you update from Kat KJ98. Another like a kind of another lovely little this is Scrapbook wrap up. And like I this is so wonderful. It's been an incredible 2.5-year journey that started from an idea of coming up with a character who represents change in our most vulnerable moments. Online, everything we share eventually finds its way back to us, which presents to us a neat opportunity to look at our past selves and cringe a little. But that's okay. That feeling is an indication of growth. It's a message that I believe is important for the community. This story would have been impossible to show and tell without the amazing crew who poured their hearts into bringing our little boy to life. Working and seeing how each of them connected with Scrapbook in their own way has been one of the most meaningful creative experiences I've ever had. And that's and this thing I've mentioned several times myself as well. Lastly, thank you all for your love and support and giving Scrapbook his chance to shine, walking with him through every moment. He loves and cherishes all of you and will be there to make new memories again. I promise you'll get to see him soon. See him soon? And you know, whether that's just things like this, just little YouTube post updates about what Scrapbook's up to, because, you know, that video we got was meant to be the finale, and I totally respect that. But any chance I get to hang out with Scrapbook some more, I will absolutely take. And again, I'll take one more opportunity on my end to just say thank you so much, Kat, for making such an amazing show. I absolutely adore it so much. So thank you for the thank yous for everybody. And you keep on being awesome. And I can't wait to see what you come up with next as well. I'm sure it'll be amazing, whatever it is. Okay, let's talk about our first brand new episode of something. And the second episode of Daylight Savings Object Show did come out this weekend on, well, when the clocks changed, as promised. Nice when you know exactly when an episode's going to drop, isn't it? So yeah, liviciabattery and the crew are back with another episode of that. So we're going to go through it. But before we do, I will drop my usual warning. If you have not watched episode 2 yet and you are planning to, or if you haven't watched episode 1 or 2 yet and you're planning to, then it might be best to go wandering off and watching those first, and then maybe popping back if you want to listen to my thoughts on, well, episode 2 afterwards. But if you're good to go, let's dive into the episode, shall we? So it's funny enough, we only talked about episode 1 not too long ago, but that was intentional because I knew episode 2 was coming out when the clocks went back, and right on time, we did indeed get episode 2. So let's have a little chat about it, shall we? So the episode starts with Strawberry sitting in, it seems like the same place that she woke up in episode 1. It's like a kind of a bunch of trees. We see that she's writing poetry about daylight savings. Then Street Lamp shows up, and they have a nice chat about, you know, what's been going on. And Street Lamp said they were just been walking around, trying to just see a bit more of the place where they are, and then just talk about how the sky is really pretty. You know, it's a nice little bonding moment between the two of them until Sunscreen turns up. Kind of ruins the moment a little bit. But anyway, he's showing them that now he can indeed turn the clock back with his mind, which is what he tried to do during the first episode challenge, but failed miserably. And that's why they're up for elimination. But it turns out, though, he's trying to show off because he thinks that the voting is done by fellow teammates. No, it's not that kind of show, Sunscreen. It's not that kind of show. Jeez, this guy's too much, honestly. But Sunny and Mooney then show up to start off the elimination. So, here we go. Strawberry received the least votes and is gifted with a beautiful sticker to recognize her achievement in being the most popular character. She's not super thrilled. I mean, I would be. Look at that. It's a beauty. And then it's revealed that, well, unsurprisingly, Sunscreen is out, getting a whopping 2,655 of the 3,635 votes that were cast. I mean, that's just a tiny bit of a loss for Sunscreen. Just a tiny bit, you know? He just lost by a super small amount. Holy. So that's it. He's out of here, right? Well, not if he has anything to say about it, he isn't.
You thought you bested me. But this elimination isn't final just yet. I still have one final resort. Activating my sunblock!
Okay, this is taking too long. Goodbye! He'll stay there until the end of the competition.
Well, that didn't work out, did it? But I do have to say that I'm glad the eliminations in this show aren't horrific. It's a nice breath of fresh air considering some of the other shows we've been tuning into and discussing lately. So it's nice to see that they just get put in. Well, I mean, being put in a cage isn't exactly wonderful, of course. It's not, you know, ideal. But not being killed in a horrible way, not being left in a constant state of suffering, not being warped into another dimension or disintegrated. So, you know what? It's a win in that regard. Sunny then tells Strawberry and Street Lamp to get some rest. And as she's walking around, she overhears the nighttime navigators. I nearly completely mispronounced navigators there. I've always got to flub up one word, haven't I? Anyway, that's Mike, Popfilter, Minty, and Midi talking about daylight savings. And then Sunny gets upset when she overhears Mike call daylight savings useless. Oh no. Good job, Mike. Now you've done it. How could you make Sunny this sad? No!
Sunny, what's wrong?
Mooney, am I useless?
What are you talking about?
Why didn't you say no? Nobody likes daylight savings anymore. Everyone thinks it's useless, and that I'm useless, and that I can't do anything right.
I'm sure they don't think that, Sonny.
So, about daylight savings being completely useless.
Uh-oh. Mike, you done messed up. That's not good. So, Mooney announces that the challenge this episode will be to cheer Sonny up. Now, it was at this point I thought to myself, I wonder if the poem that Strawberry was working on at the beginning of the episode might come into play here. Yes, the answer to that question is yes, by the way. Meanwhile, before we even see any of that though, Midi asks for some resources from Mooney for the Nighttime Navigators. A couple of hefty looking books. Maybe looking to hit up some daylight savings research perhaps. Maybe get themselves a little bit read up on the situation. But then we do go over to the Daylight Daredevils. That's Strawberry and Street Lamp. That's their team name. So it's the first time I mentioned it in this episode. And while Strawberry doesn't have any ideas that come to mind, Street Lamp asks her about her poem and says she has an idea. I wonder what the idea could possibly be. But then we jump cut to the end of the challenge timer. They had 5 hours and boop, we just jump straight to the end. And Street Lamp encourages Strawberry to read that poem.
I watch the sun and moon drift through the sky, the clouds passing gently through pastel space. I stare above and softly wonder why I've been whisked away to this strange new place. With nothing but myself, I'm left to ask if all of this is just a wild dream. And now I know that there's no turning back, but it's not all so bad as it would seem. For oh, the sun and moon beam down their light in morning or evening. They spread their arms and keep us safe, so we will be all right. The moon and sun would never cause us harm. And as the time moves back and forth, I know the sun and moon are there when I'm alone. I wrote that poem inspired by this place, and someone who thought it was special wanted you to hear it. You deserve to know the impact you have on people.
Wow, that was really nice, you guys.
Beautiful. Just really nice. And, you know, am I picking up a little bit of a connection between Strawberry and Street Lamp? Just a little bit, maybe. They just seem to have really, like, bonded a lot in this episode, you know? And, like, with Sunscreen out of the way, it's them two against the world right now. And, oh, I'd be super sad if one of them gets eliminated in the future. But there's so few characters in this show. Eliminations are going to feel like they come thick and fast. So, yeah, I love the two of them. And the thing is, if only one of them has to win, then, well, at least they just get put into a cage. So I guess that's kind of fine, right? Either way, right now, it does look like a foregone conclusion who the winner of the challenge is going to be. But, I mean, I suppose we should check in with the Nighttime Navigators to see what they pulled out of the bag. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. It looks like it's presentation time. Although I do have to say, the glasses made me laugh quite a lot. Very funny. And Minty's face. Okay, that got me. That got me pretty good. And oh, by the way, also, the presentation is scheduled to last for 4 hours. How did they pull together a 4-hour presentation within a 5-hour window? That's kind of impressive, to be honest. They really didn't have much downtime during those 5 hours. But after they wrap up, Sunny is infuriated, as she already knows everything about daylight savings. Of course she does. She's the sun. She gets it. Gotta say, though, there is something to pay attention to during Sunny's little meltdown.
Do you think I'm stupid? I mean, it's fine that you want to educate yourself, but don't lecture to me about daylight savings. As if I don't already know all there is to know about it. Golly gosh, you're all just a bunch of condescending, ignorant, wonderful, beautiful little guys. And guess what, nighttime navigators? You're all up for elimination! What?
Yeah, did you see her glitch out there? Like, she has two sides to her, and the nice side is trying to keep the nasty side in check, or something similar to that, Gonna have to see where that goes, because I don't think it's a one-off. Anyway, the Nighttime Navigators are up for elimination, and, like, honestly, I like all of the characters. I like all the characters on both teams. They all have such quirky, fun little personalities, and there's no one I really look at and go, ugh, I could do with seeing less of them. So it was hard for me to pick, personally, but I did go for Mike, just because it was her dismissal of daylight savings that kickstarted the whole challenge to begin with. So, kind of thought, well, it seemed like the only choice. Curious thing is, though, I mean, technically, Mike and Pop Filter are being counted as one character, one contestant, I mean. But it would still be interesting if Mike does get eliminated, if Pop Filter somehow managed to convince Sunny and Mooney to let them stay in the contest. It's a long shot, but I do wonder. It would be kind of unfair, though, because it would still be 3 versus 2 at that point. Although it technically has been 4 versus 3 and then 4 versus 2 already, so I don't know. Anyway, voting is open until December the 21st, when winter starts, funnily enough. And that also makes me think that, yup, indeed, as we talked about last time, it does look like every episode is going to fall when the clocks either go forwards or back. So this is like a project that's gonna stretch out for a while, because if that's how they're gonna do it. But also it gives them plenty of time to work on episodes. It gives us plenty of time to gear up for another episode. And when you have a routine like that, or a schedule like that, I don't want to say it's easier to keep, because things could still happen, but when it's way out like that, it does give you that more time to figure stuff out. So it's really cool. It's like a really interesting and fun concept. I'm very excited to see the next episode. Very excited to get to see the characters again and see how they develop personality-wise. Just amazing stuff all around, everyone. Really good stuff. Another cracking episode of Daylight Savings Object Show. Highly recommend it. Very good. Okay, now over to the big event. The LOCKVASION crossover between FusionAnimations and Wiggle. Oh yes. We got Object Lockdown 14 and we got Object Invasion 7, and not only did they drop on the same day as each other, like they have done in the past with dropping episodes at the same time, we got character crossovers as well. We had like a nice little melding of so many fun aspects of both shows. It was a really, really fun time. Before we dive into anything more, I will do what I always do and say, spoilers! If you have not watched Object Lockdown 14 or Object Invasion 7 yet, and you are planning to, then perhaps it would be best if you wandered over and did that first before listening to this old dude waffle about those shows in particular. I probably could have worded that better, but I didn't. And I'm going to stick with it now because I've already said it out loud. Right, for everyone who is still here, or who has returned after watching the episodes, Object Lockdown 14 was released first. So, Object Lockdown 14, Crisis, is where we begin. So, the episode starts off right where the last one left us, with Notebook being squashed by a satellite. We got to watch that again. And Fire Extinguisher then calling for medical, before remembering that he fired the medical team because he's broke, because he spent loads of money having to rent out the mall in episode 12. Do I hear the glorious harmonies of budget cuts somewhere in the background there? So as Fire Extinguisher is explaining this scenario, a familiar yet unfamiliar face pops up in the background.
I'm sorry! I had to rent out that mall, and now I'm broke!
Ugh, I guess I have to do everything around here.
Who are you?
Okay, yeah, he's in a coma.
Shoot! That's like supposed to be kind of mildly bad, right?
He could be unconscious for months.
Notebook, do you think you can still compete?
I think we have to pull him from the game.
You can't just take the Notebook soul out of our team. That's so unfair.
Well, the rejoiner can replace him.
Oh,
You
okay,
sure, I
artichoke.
guess. Blue guy, take him away.
Don't tell me what to do. Whatever.
Yes, we got to see Lamp. And funnily enough, Lamp wasn't all beaten up and damaged like he is in Object Invasion. I'm not saying there's any specific kind of background story reason that he looks totally fine in this episode. But it was interesting. And also, why was it Lamp's job to turn up and wheel Notebook out of there? Why did Lamp... I guess it doesn't matter. Notebook is out of the game. I don't know. I don't know when a show has viewer voting and a contestant just gets taken out. I don't know, but you know what? I'm going to reserve judgment. Because I do trust Chelsea with the writing of this show. Chelsea's show. We'll circle back to this later as well, after we've talked through the episode. At the time when I watched it, I was very much like, oh, at least give us the chance to vote Notebook out if we didn't want Notebook in the show. But again, we'll circle back to this. Regardless, what happens is Notebook goes out of the game, and then there was a vote for a rejoin in the last episode. So basically, the character that rejoins is just going to replace Notebook. Okay, so we're not going to be up a character. We're going to have the same number of characters we had, contestants that we had in the last episode. Also, I'm just quickly say I'm hopeful that we will get to see Notebook again, one way or another, coma or no coma. I mean, what they could have done is they could have just, they do have recovery options. They could have just killed Notebook and then recovered. Anyway, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Again, let's not overthink this particular side of things right now because Mikey's terrible at overthinking things. So let's just see who rejoined, shall we? So we cut straight back to the contestants who were up to rejoin the show, and Bottle got the least votes to rejoin. Would have been kind of... I mean, it's not surprising considering how recently she was eliminated anyway. But yeah, anyway, she's the first one confirmed to be still out. Yeah. And now she's also seemingly dead. Well, that's a double ouch for her, I guess. Next confirmed still to be out are Balloon, Dollar and George, Bin and Stop Sign. I'm sorry, Bin. I tried. My vote was for Bin to rejoin. I like Bin. I mean, I knew it was a long shot for him to get back in, but you know what? I followed my heart. I voted for who I wanted to vote for. I have no regrets. Limey and Coney then the next ones confirmed to still be out. I really actually did like Corn, and even though she didn't make it back in, it was nice to see her get as many votes as she did. You know me, I like a goofy character. You know my character types that I really latch on to. Umbrella was then dumped out too, without us even getting to see how many votes she got. Ouch, again. Some harsh treatment going on of these contestants, former contestants, right now. So, yeah, bye Umbrella, I guess. Another character I thought had a good chance of getting back in, honestly, but as time went on during the voting, and to be honest, with some of the discussions I saw going on, the top three wasn't too big of a surprise. Yeah, this top three right here. So, let's see who rejoined, shall we?
You guys got the most votes to rejoin by far. How's it feel?
I mean, it's not like I'm back in yet, so I feel nothing.
Shh, let's show the votes. Drago, with 1,831 votes, you will be rejoining.
Yay!
No!
So yeah, Drago's back in. I was a little disappointed. I was hoping that Snowball was going to clinch the rejoin there and get back in. And you know, even the Sun and Moon combo would have been fun as well. I did see Chelsea, someone asked about Sun and Moon and what was going on with them, and Chelsea was like, they were faking being friends to try and win more votes. And you know what? It worked. it worked. They weren't too far away. It nearly got them back into the game. It would have been really funny to see the dynamic, though, and if they could have upheld the fake friendship as time went on. They probably would have imploded at some point, which would have been fun to watch. But I'm guessing if we see them again, they will not be taped to each other anymore. They will definitely go back to being not friends, I think, now that that has failed. But you know what? Regardless of how I feel personally, the people have spoken. That's how votes work. I'm happy for all of the Drago fans out there, including Chelsea, who was super having fun drawing Drago again after all this time. So let's see what he brings to the game. I'm up for giving anybody a chance, to be honest. And like I say, might not have been my choice, but I don't control what happens. You know, I cast my vote, and that's the end of that. Just got to move on and keep enjoying the show for what it is, because it's still awesome regardless. So, Locke tells Drago that he'll be joining the Rainbow Club. So that's Circle, Banana, Acorn, Hot Sauce, and Yarn. With Yarn initially being upset about Drago's return, because, if you recall, way back when Drago first left the show, lots of the contestants were unhappy with Drago in general, saying he's not even an object and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, she wasn't happy to see Drago until Hot Sauce says, hey, he deserves to compete just like the rest of us. And then she suddenly changed the tune and she's like, oh, we missed you. It's like, okay, all right then. That's definitely not because Hot Sauce said that he deserved a chance or anything, and because she loves him so much and she'll go along with whatever Hot Sauce says. Definitely nothing to do with that at all. 100% nothing to do with that. And like I, said, Yarn's initial reaction there is based on how Drago was treated by the other contestants way back when. So clearly some people still do feel that way, but I think a lot of people have come around to Drago. I mean, there is a team called We Love Drago, so, there's definitely some respect for him kicking around these parts. We then pop over to the Alliance and Berry, where Gracie has an important announcement to make.
Attention, Alliance! We are renaming the team. What? Barry never saw eye to eye with us before, but she's like the core of the team now, and my heart. So, we're now called Barry and the Alliance.
Aw, that's so sweet!
That's just so stupid!
Hey! No! You're stupid!
Ooh, burn! Yo, Barry shouldn't get special treatment just because of...
Hey! I'm way more than just...
Yeah! She's sweet! And blue! And funny! And, well...
I like our new team, yo. More like your team. I'm leaving.
Listen, I said that Chelsea was going to use any excuse to show that Gracie and Burry smooching it up clip. And I knew it was going to happen. I feel like it's going to happen in every episode now. Well, until the inevitable breakup. Ooh. Wait, was that mean? Was that mean? Maybe they'll work out. Who knows? I just don't know. I just don't think Gracie has it in him to maintain monogamy. I mean, polygamy's a thing, don't get me wrong. Polyamorous relationships are real. But I don't know if Burry would be down for that. I'm overthinking things again, aren't I? Why am I doing this? Let's just, anyway, you just get used to seeing that smooching clip, okay? Because it's not the last time we're going to see it. Anyway, Paint Palette had enough, out of there, ditched that team, left them with only 3 members, supplants herself into Mic Drop, and that's Teapot, Diamond, Milky, and Bucket. I mean, they all seem happy to have her there, so good for her. Why not go to a team that wants to have you there, I guess? As long as they want you, then go for it. I honestly, though, I do love how chaotic the teams are in Object Lockdown. It's like, no fixed rules. If you want to swap teams, you could swap teams before challenges and stuff like that. And people just hop around all the time. It just makes for a really, really interesting time of it. You never know who's going to end up with who. And, it keeps things mixed up and entertaining. And you know what? Speaking of wandering around, just as Fire Extinguisher was about to start the challenge...
Does anyone else want to swap? Cool. Your next challenge...
Actually, I want to be on Barry's Alliance!
Come again, bro?
Hello! What's this show all about?
It's
boring! All I've done so far is get rid of some useless player.
Don't just the notebook soul, dude.
Who are you people?
I'm Window, and it's my birthday.
Same. All 4 of you have the same birthday?
What, you don't believe us? Huh? You want me to have a horrible birthday?
I deserve the best birthday ever!
True, bro. What's your name again?
Tuna! Or you can call me Wild.
Alliance. Let's make Tuna a great gift.
That will be your challenge. Give your new strange friends a present. If they don't like it, your team's up for elimination. 3, 2, 1, go!
Duh! Invaded by the Object Invasion crew. Well, I mean, 4 of them anyway. And what seems like a fairly simple challenge that anyone can do, right? Just get gifts for them. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, I guess we'll see about that, won't we? Candy immediately gets on Jan's bad side, and I just want to highlight this because it may potentially be important later in the episode. Just potentially.
Hello, I'm Candy.
Wow, your swirls are so pretty.
Not that pretty.
I like them.
I hate him.
They look splendid.
Exactly.
So, what gift would you like?
I'd like a bouquet of flowers.
New gym shoes.
OJ!
A mansion, a car,
not
a sword,
yet.
a knife, a
Can't
personal
drive.
chef, a surfboard, a
I
soccer ball,
wish.
a soccer ball net, a soccer ball field,
Getting
a soccer ball
pretty
team, a soccer ball
hungry.
stadium.
Enough! Pick one!
The knife, I guess. But it better be a good one. Chop chop.
So yeah, Jan's jealous. Just a smidge, just a teensy bit, just a little tiny bit. Yep. And you know, I also ran that clip just now a little bit longer so that we also got to see what everybody wanted for their gift. So, Tuna,
It's wow!
you get one of those per episode. You wanting OJ, maybe raise an eyebrow. I just assumed he didn't mean a regular old glass of OJ, but I'm pretty sure none of the Object Lockdown contestants know that. They haven't got a clue who these people are anyway. But anyway, the challenge gets started regardless. Well, kind of. Because Wheel of Drago, that's Cherry and Pumpkin, decided the best way to win the challenge is to throw a window around. You know, that's probably the character you should be throwing around the least. Anyway, of course those goofballs can't stay on task for even a second. Good luck, Window. I think you're going to need it. Burying the Alliance, then head to the store to get Tuna's OJ. I do need to point out, by the way, how cute it is that Grassy picks Burry up and just carries her along. You know, I was just saying that maybe this relationship won't last, but as much as of a wild one as Grassy can be, maybe he can be good boyfriend material when he puts his mind to it. Maybe. I mean, Grassy then lets slip to circle where they're going, so that kind of makes the challenge a bit harder for them, because the Rainbow Club very cleverly deduces that they can also buy flowers at the store. Jan also has another brief jealousy moment here when Hot Sauce says flowers are pretty. She's having a rough episode so far. But back over to Mic Drop. Things just keep ticking in this episode. Diamond confronts Teapot about her mistreatment of her fellow teammates after she killed Milky for no reason, not too long ago earlier in the episode. And then Teapot just casually revives Milky because she knows how to do that. But that also infuriates Diamond. Just the kind of flippant behavior, you know. It's like, oh, well, you're upset I killed her? All right, there you go, she's back. Anyway, just no pleasing Diamond, to be honest. But Bucket then presents a brand new world-class knife to Lamp, because we saw Bucket rummaging around in the background there during that argument. I'm not totally sure about that brand new world-class description, though, Bucket. I'm not totally seeing it, but, you know, Lamp accepts it for now to give it a test throw. It's not at all concerning. Speaking of throwing, that's twice I've made a callback. Cherry and Pumpkin are still tossing Rindo around like a rag doll right now. And when he asks to be put down, Pumpkin obliges. Oops. And, you know, it's only at this point Cherry realizes they haven't gotten him his shoes yet. And runs off to grab some from her place. Not the store. No. Her place. It's an interesting call. We then zoom back over to Burying the Alliance and Rainbow Team racing each other to the store, with Candy excited about all the pretty flowers, until they get there and Huh. Seems like the store, TM, is out of everything. Or we just can't see stuff. It's probably the second one, isn't it? It just looks desolate. So while Eminem and Burry rummage through the seemingly empty stall, Tuna talks to Grassy about how he can be more like him. There he goes, being easily influenced by others again. And Grassy imparts some words of wisdom?
Grassy, how can I be more like you, bro? You radiate such positive aura!
Yeah, that's me, I guess. If you want to be like me, follow these 3 simple steps. Step 1, always have a pair of shades nearby if you need to look fly. Step 2, walk with a confident strut. That'll get the girls turning their heads. Step 3, always act like the leader, even if you don't feel like one. The aura grows instantly from there.
Oh, wow!
I do love how Tuna and Burry both say wow after he's done. That made me giggle. I did like that. Tuna then takes that advice right to heart and tries to stop the Rainbow team in their tracks, which works about as well as you might expect, to be honest. Ooh, which isn't super well. As the Rainbow team is scouring the store, TM, Lamp shows up with probably not good intentions.
How about this variety pack? You get a little bit of everything.
Oh, wow, they look...
Wow, this is a good knife. See you later, guys.
Candy! How could we let this happen?
Jan, no! Add 1 to the object shows a 2 dark counter. No, that was too sad. 2 of my favourite characters dying in such a short span of time hurt me bad. Especially Jan. What happened with Jan in this episode? What was going on? The jealousy overload. And it's like, I guess, if I have to think about it, I mean, the jealousy did get the better of her in this episode, and it was painful to watch that. And I guess we haven't really run into any scenarios where Jan's kind of been challenged for Hot Sauce's attention. So that's probably why this could have always been an aspect of Jan, but we just didn't get to see it because nobody else was really interested in Hot Sauce. But then as soon as a character comes along that Hot Sauce is interested in, and that's the other thing, vice versa too, Jan's suddenly like super overprotective and super jealous of every little thing, and it's like, oh, that was it. You know what, you can't, and again, when I first watched the episode, I was like, that's a personality change if I ever saw one, but maybe not. The jealousy just could have always been there. It just hasn't had the chance to come to the surface before. So, it was rough. It was really rough. And that one got me. But, I mean, I guess that means that Mic Drop are safe. Thanks to the knife being good enough for Lamp. So, who else is going to appease their object invasion guest? It doesn't take too long to get our answers, to be honest, because Eminem provides Tuna with a carton of OJ. Tick that one off the list. We then also do get confirmation that Lamp likes the knife, as Milky's trying to stop Diamond and Teapot from annihilating each other. So good job, them as well. iPad then recovers the object invasion contestants who died. That's Window and Candy. With Window running straight to Pumpkin to complain about being killed when Cherry appears with shoes that are definitely not hers. Oh, 100% not Cherry's shoes, these ones. No way. Definitely not. I mean, regardless, Window does take them. Does actually ask if they're Cherry's shoes, and Cherry's like, no, I just got them from the store. So that means that Rainbow Club are up for elimination. They do still try to give Candy the flowers that they got from the store, but they're all dead. They're all dead. Just like Jan. Oh, jeez. Now that was mean of me now. Oh, what's happening to me? And just to really drive that point home about Jan being dead, look at the elimination voting screen. Come on. My heart can only break so many times, you know. It's delicate. Also, this is a rough choice for me. Well, it was a rough choice for me. I have already voted, but I kind of love all of these characters. I mean, you know which one I wasn't totally sure about because I mentioned it as soon as he rejoined. I'm sorry, Drago fans. I am sorry. But since Drago did just rejoin, I'd be super surprised if he went straight back out again. I can't see it. But at the same time, I couldn't bear to see Banana. It would suck to see Banana and Acorn get taken away from each other, or Hot Sauce and Yarn. I feel like it's kind of a foregone conclusion already who's going to be going out. Especially since Wugalo posted a poll asking people who they wanted to see go out. And the results were definitely skewed one way. So, yeah. We then do have a little fun pre-credits moment with Skateboard, though, because some people were asking about Skateboard in the build of this episode. So we dig a little clip. So, Zombie Skateboard is canon now, do we think? Can he be killed and then recovered back to normal? Or is Zombie his permanent state now? Will this play into Object Lockdown 15 somehow? Is Mikey overanalyzing everything again? Probably. And then right at the end, though, we do have a lovely little message from Chelsea. And thus begins the mid-season break of Object Lockdown. That was a nice little thank you message as well, though. Very sweet. But yeah, as Chelsea did announce a little while ago, she needs she's getting some surgery. Needs to take some time to rest up afterwards. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. Thank you for all the hard work and providing with all these entertainment for all these years. Obviously, I'm still a newbie around these parts. I cannot say I'm any kind of seasoned Object Show fan at all at this point. But you have been hard at work for so long. So you deserve to go and take care of yourself for a while. Get all the rest you need. Come back swinging. And we'll see what happens in Object Lockdown 15. Now, when we were going through that episode, and I did say we'd loop back to a couple of things and my thoughts about some of the stuff, I do want to bring up a couple of things that Wugalo did post. So we've got this post. Bringing back Object Lockdown has been refreshing because I'm safe to evolve the show and make it unabashedly me. The fact that y'all are still watching makes that experimentation possible. Everything I write, even if it seems out of left field, will be explained in due time. Okay, so that's what made me take a pause. And this isn't to say that you can't critique and you can't be perhaps upset with certain decisions that might happen in shows. Don't take it to extremes. You can voice slight displeasure at things, just don't be mean about it. And that's where I was kind of leaning with some of the stuff that happened in Object Lockdown 14. But seeing this post made me think, oh, this is it. This is why you trust the creator, you trust the writer, the person who makes the show, their characters, their show. Let them cook, okay? So that brought me back a little bit. I was like, okay, even if it seems out of left field, we'll be split in due time. Fine, that's okay. I'm just wondering if I don't want to say when Yarn gets voted out. If Yarn gets voted out, if it just gives Hot Sauce a chance to just maybe develop as a character a bit more. I mean, I think he's a pretty good character already, but if the focus is just on Hot Sauce and Yarn, then maybe that becomes just a little bit of all of who they are as characters. And you want them to be more than just who their crush is on. But it could also help develop Hot Sauce's feelings for Yarn while she's gone, maybe. He'd be like, I really miss her, and it could, absence makes the heart grow fonder, the old phrase, that could also play into it. I just feel bad for how Yarn's going to react. I hope she has some kind of realization of what she was like during this episode, when she gets voted out, like, oh, you know what? I was a jerk, wasn't I? Right? I mean, that would be nice if she comes to that conclusion before she gets eliminated. We'll see. It's not a guarantee, even though it feels like it a little bit. It's one of the few times I have watched a show like that and been like, kind of feel like I know who's going out here. Okay, it's happened a couple of times, but it doesn't happen super duper often. So there was that post. Chelsea also did post this one. Why hasn't Skateboard been revived? This wasn't planned at all, but I love the process of creating unanswered questions and then answering them later. Next episode, whenever I make it, I plan on answering a lot about a certain character and their motivations. Stay tuned. You see, leaving us with some intrigue before she goes away for a few months. I like that. I like that. Keeps us invested. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, Object Lockdown 14, great episode. Definitely some moments that hurt my old heart, but just really good, really entertaining, really fun little first bunch of interactions between the Lockdown and Invasion characters, and then we could go straight into Object Invasion 7. So again, spoiler warning if you happen to have just hopped to this part of the video and, you know, I'm about to talk about Object Invasion 7. So if you have not watched that yet and you plan to watch it, time to pop on off and maybe go watch it and then pop back maybe. But if you're all good to go, let's just dive straight into Object Invasion 7. Locked in. Locked in, reference to Object Lockdown. Yeah, I like it. It's not just that though. There is another reason that the episode is titled that way. So, the episode ends with Deadpool flying towards Limbo Island after his elimination previously and waking up just before he lands. So, firstly, wow, guess he really is a great actor. I'm assuming he was just acting all that time. Or he was unconscious for a really long time. But also, this clip was shown at the end of the open world upload, which was, that was the whole trilogy of episodes that covered the Battle Royale challenge. So, I didn't watch that video. Because I'd already watched all the Battle Royale episodes separately, and I was like, well, I don't need to watch the whole trilogy video, and I didn't expect to have something sneaky snuck in there, so that's on me for not assuming that. So I didn't see that clip at all when it first landed. So seeing the episode start with that was like, whoa, hang on. Just pool, not Deadpool, just pool. Okay. So that was an interesting little intro. We then cut to Sign and Ball, with Ball asking Sign to send her a message before we zip over to the contestants' cabin when... So, Jellybean's working with those two? I mean, it always helps to have someone on the inside, right? So now just what is it that they're up to? Well, we'll have to ponder on that one for a while, because we then get some interactions between some of the contestants. We've got kind of the Battle Royale fallout going on right now. So we see Brett trying to call a team conference before noticing that Lamp's missing. And then we cut to outside on the balcony of the cabin. Lamp surrounded by some of the contestants he killed in the Battle Royale. And he's claiming that it wasn't like any of what happened was real. You know? Also, though, I feel so bad for Notebook Paper here. He looks so sad. The dude just wants a hug. He just wants a hug. But curiously enough, though, after this little confrontation up on the balcony, the camera pans down to underneath the balcony, where we see Coffee seemingly plotting something. I got no idea where that's going to go, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Cup and Fawn then have a chat at the skate park, with Cup mentioning the discussion he had with Button about Fawn's actions in the woods, using his mech arm things to save Cup from a tree. Fawn initially bristles at this, super not happy that Cup confronted Button about it, but is curious to know what Button said after Cup said he seemed okay about it all. And then it's over to Candy and Jellybean.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Do you hear anything, Candy?
Nope.
Seems their friendship has grown stronger, although Keiki now seemingly is out of that group. Although Candy did seem a bit hesitant about going along with Jellybean's snubbing. So there could be hope for them all to be friends again. Although, now that we know that Jellybean's working with Sign and Ball, who knows what's going to happen? We then slip on into the bathroom, where Tuna...
It's wow!
I said you get one of those per episode. One! I guess this is technically another episode of a different show. I'll give you a pass on that one. Tuna, I'll call you Wow when you earn it, is having another one of his conversations with imaginary OJ. I mean, at least I think he's imaginary. I mean, it's interesting because he is in grayscale when he's talking to Tuna, and that's what happens on Limbo Island. There's no color there, it's all grayscale. So maybe they do have some kind of psychic connection, maybe via the copy of OJ's autobiography. I don't know. It's potential, because OJ in these scenarios is very OJ. So Tuna's either really, really good at imagining what OJ would act like, or this is actually OJ somehow. Anyway, OJ's transformation of Tuna is not yet complete. Still a work in progress, that's for sure. And it seems there's still some tricks up that sleeve of his.
I did what you told me, and it cost me the challenge.
You're getting better at this, but you're still not quite there. You've shown them you do whatever you want. They're calling you by what you want. There's just some switch in here we gotta try flipping.
I don't know.
This is working. Look at how much you've done in the latest 2 challenges compared to before. If they didn't see you before, they're seeing you now. I am turning you into someone that's gonna make them say...
Yes, the OJ-ification of Tuna continues. If this is somehow the real OJ talking to Tuna, maybe he sees this as his way to still kind of take part in the game, using Tuna as a proxy somehow. I mean, either way, I love this little side story, and it's like Tuna's journey of self-discovery. And so far, all we've really seen of Tuna is being a follower. We saw it in Object Lockdown 14 too, just trying to take cues from Grassy, right? So it's like, it's really interesting. I do wonder if Tuna will ditch all of these personality changes if they keep on not working out for him. Maybe he does go on a journey to discover just himself instead of being a follower, just being whoever like he wants to be and whoever he is. I don't know. It would be nice. It's all about character development, you know? Character development and character growth. You see it in so many object shows, and I really enjoy seeing it. But for now, that's not an actual definite plot point. That's just me. That's just me theorizing. Right, at this point, we've kind of caught up with, I don't want to say everyone, we've caught up with a good bunch of people. So it's time for the elimination. And, well, let's get straight to the chase, shall we? Grapefruit, notebook, paper, tuna, and window are the bottom 4. And it's worth noting also, by the way, that Window tries to trade in his safety suit for immunity. And while iPad does take it, he doesn't grant immunity. He literally takes it and goes, nope. So that leaves Window super vulnerable to death once again. The safety suit is gone now. And then it is revealed that Grapefruit is the next contestant out of the game. And he died so brutally in the Battle Royale as well. I felt so bad for him. Even if it was VR, it must have felt real. Anyway, he's out, but not before he tries snatching a hug from someone. Anyone?
Popsicle, can I have a hug?
No.
Elastic band?
No.
Jelly...
Who are you?
See ya!
Oh, come on, Grapefruit. Don't be shy. Grapefruit?
Oh, don't give up, notebook paper. I know you'll get a hug one day. You'll get a hug one day. Even if it has to be me that gives you it. Poor guy. Alright, back at the cabin afterwards, iPad seems to be having issues with the signal that's coming from the woods. So, this all ties back into whatever it is Sign and Ball are up to, as they've been manipulating satellites. So not deactivating them like I first thought. I thought they were deactivating the Snowflake satellite. I thought they were trying to disrupt the broadcast of the show. Turns out, no. They've been manipulating them and pointing them all at the cabin. So interesting. So iPad sends Cashew, security, into the woods to go check it out before getting the next challenge started. The show must go on.
All right, everyone. Your next challenge is to make me a burger.
Stop making us cook for you as challenges.
It's obviously not a burger challenge. Look where we are.
Someone say we're having burgers? Nice.
No, the challenge is not.
Are we gonna have fries too?
Great. We replaced one annoying ball with another.
I'm not a ball, I'm a circle. Also, put me down.
Phew, that was a close one.
Dang, that was a pretty beautiful shot. Almost as beautiful as... Enough!
We haven't even started the challenge yet.
Object invasion contestants. Meet Fire Extinguisher and Lock. And their contestants, Circle, Grassy, Paint Palette, and Teapot. They'll be joining your teams for this challenge.
The challenge for this episode is simple. Whichever two teams can make 3 baskets first into the hoop will be safe. The last 2 will be up for elimination.
No traveling, flying, or kicking with the ball is allowed.
Great.
There's our crossover friends ready to get this LOCKVASION event wrapped up. So, the basketball challenge is on. But before it starts, we discover that Elastic Band no longer has the ability to stretch after Lamp broke her arm in the Battle Royale. Ooh. Even though that happened in VR. I mean, maybe it's a psychosomatic thing. Maybe Elastic Band just... My arm got broken, therefore I can't stretch it anymore. Or maybe something carried over from the VR into real life. Or maybe it's just something else entirely. Maybe... I don't know. I can't imagine what it could be, but Elastic Band can't stretch anymore, which isn't going to help much in this basketball contest, because Elastic Band isn't exactly the tallest of contestants. And without being able to stretch those arms and legs, it might be hard to get the ball. Anyway, the teams are set, with Teapot joining Team Storms, that's Lamp, Slingshot, Popsicle, and Bread. Grassy joining Team Mangoes, that's Cakey, Coffee, Phone, and Jelly Bean. Gotta note here how Cakey looks sad and stressed, and Jelly Bean's turned away from where she is, and it's sad. Circle and his hat join Team Heatwave, that's Notebook Paper, Elastic Band, Window, and Tuner. And a Paint Palette joining Team Avocados, that's Cup, Button, and Candy. So yeah, the game then begins, and it's all hands on deck. Sorry to the contestants that don't have arms. Sorry about that. So as the players start fighting over the ball at the beginning of the game, I just want to quickly point out one little interaction here.
Candy!
Sorry, Candy.
Hey!
That's 1 point for team... What is that? Orange?
It's a mango, dude.
Yeah, Phone is in it to win it, but still took that time to apologize to Candy, which I thought was sweet. I mean, in a way. I mean, he still took the ball, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is a contest. You've got to go out there and win. But the apology was nice, right? Phone's nice. Also, need to keep an eye on Phone and Coffee's relationship as well, because, Coffee offered to help boost Phone's jump there, and Phone was just like, nah, I'm just going to boost myself, it's fine. I mean, this could also be a reflection of Phone feeling a bit more comfortable with other people seeing his powers now. Although Coffee didn't look impressed at having her help ignored, so I'd be watching myself there. Coffee's not someone you want to make enemies with. She's liable to make a big gun and destroy you with it. But, it's up to you, Phone. Choose your battles, I guess. Okay, Team Mangoes then makes the difficult decision to bench Grassy before Jelly Bean gets injured?
Don't worry, team. a sec.
That's fine. Everyone else continue on.
Huh. Now, why would she fake an injury like that, I wonder? Huh. Meanwhile, Paint Palette scores a point for the avocados, while the Storms are cooking up something. You know what? I don't even know. Slingshot is painted like a basketball now, with the plan being to introduce an extra ball to the game. Okay, you know what? That might actually be kind of smart. Alright, as much as Teapot isn't totally bought into the idea, you know what? Who knows? Actually, we know, because it does pay off. The Storms get 2 points after Slingshot gets thrown through the hoop and then kind of loops back in again. That counts as 2, because they're like, hey, cool trick shot. After that, Button complains about them not using the ball, and our 2 super organized hosts decide to change things up. Gotta keep everyone on their toes, I guess.
Hey, they didn't even use the basketball.
Well, technically we never said.
Oh, that is bogus!
Oh, whatever. If it's circular and makes it into the hoop, it'll count as a point.
So Tuna uses this to his advantage straight away, grabbing Circle, running to the hoop with him and scoring for the Heat Waves, also breaking Bread in half during the process. Ow. We then have a real meeting of the minds with Grassy and Tuna, as if we didn't get enough of them in Object Lockdown 14. Honestly though, these two together, so fun to watch. I'm glad we get to see them hang out in both episodes of the crossover. Their interactions were really good. I really did enjoy those ones. Felt like they were stuck together very intentionally during those 2 episodes. Keiki then runs for the basket, but Popsicle running towards her makes her panic, and her candles go whoosh, and she sets fire to the ball, then throwing it in a hurry, only for it to bounce back off the rim and land in the hands of Lamp. Cue an awkward moment between the 2 of them before Coffee snatches the ball from him while he's distracted and scores the Mango's 2nd point. I sense this is going to be a theme between Keiki and Lamp for the rest of the series. I think they're going to just keep stopping in their tracks and kind of going, At this point, we get another unexpected twist in the game.
Let's up the stakes.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Hey guys!
Oh my gosh, we love you, Drago!
Aw, that's sweet. Here you go.
Team, I have a plan.
Hey, Dragon!
2 points for the avocados.
That's 3 points. Team Avocados are the first team safe.
Yay! Good job!
Yeah, Drago's here. In fusion style, too. I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit more when we wrap LOCKVASION up here, but Drago looked really awesome. Drago looks awesome in Object Lockdown, don't get me wrong, but it's really interesting to see each show's twist and like slight different design and style changes between characters. Very, very, very fun. And there's more balls. Yeah. And can we talk about how adorable Candy and Paint Palette are here? Oh, gosh, this whole scene just made my day. Especially since it means the Team Avocados is safe, which means Candy is safe, which means Mikey is happy. Hooray. Finally. I get something I want. So only one more team can be safe, and it really comes down to the wire for that final basket.
Come on! If we make this,
We'll be safe!
This is it!
Shoot!
Whoa! It's what you wanted!
Ah! Ow!
Is this how you want it?
The flamingos win immunity as well.
Oh yeah! Yay!
Good shot.
Did you notice Keiki walking away by herself at the end there? She's had a rough episode. But, you know, regardless, Team Mangoes are also safe. And Tuna came so close to pulling it off for his team, but close isn't good enough. So that means that Team Heatwave and Team Storm are up for elimination. And there you are. There's everybody who's up to be eliminated. My vote went to Slingshot, but for no specific reason, to be honest. I mean, honestly, all of these characters are growing on me. And, I mean, these choices are going to get harder and not easier as the show goes on. You know, unless someone starts acting like a real jerk. I mean, it's like, I don't even want to vote Lamp off because the Lamp and the Keiki interactions, right? It's like certain characters who might not act the best might get to stay in just because of the interactions they have with other characters. So it's all interesting, and it's relationship dynamics, and Object Invasion just knocks it out the park again with the help of Wuglaw this time around. But we're not done with the episode quite yet, because we have a little scene between Elastic Band and Keiki having a chat on the benches next to the basketball court, with Keiki lamenting everything that happened during the Battle Royale and how she feels like everyone's turning away from her. Elastic Band then comforts her. It's a nice, sweet little moment there between the two of them. It's nice to know that Keiki still has someone to talk to and someone that's going to support her, because she does feel like she's getting isolated. It really got me, this scene. It's nearly making me cry again. And there's just, isn't it so silly how things like this can make me emotional? Oh, it's healthy, okay? It's healthy. Just means I have emotions, okay? And then it's over to Tuna, who's still lying smouldering on the court after being set fire to by Drago, wondering what it is he's still missing. As he calls out towards you. And yeah, don't think I didn't notice the WoW written in orange there in the background. There's more transformation coming for Tuna before he decides what he's doing with himself. Just you wait and see. I can sense it. And then we get our last little pre-credits scene and an intriguing post-credit scene as well. They kind of tied together a little bit. And if you take the credits out of the middle of it,
She did it. You ready? Be careful in there. Let's remind him who he is.
So that's why Jellybean faked an injury, so she could get close enough to iPad to install the chip. And now Sign and Ball are, I don't know, hacking into him, controlling him in some way. The text at the end, by the way, that you saw flashing was said, "What's lost in your mind?" So that side of the story ramped up fast in this episode. And I'm sure we're going to see more of that in the next one, because it seems to be all in on it now, and iPad seems to be maybe in his own memory there somewhere. So, wow. All in all, a fantastic LOCKVASION event. It was an absolute blast seeing the characters from both shows interact with each other, seeing Wuglaw and Fusion, like I said, designing each other's characters in their styles. It was really good stuff. It was really entertaining. Onwards and upwards in 2026. Absolutely just great stuff. Like these two shows are just so good, and it's so fun that they kind of like, well, now they're literally tied together a bit more because the characters have been they've interacted with each other now. But like the fact that Fusion and Chelsea plan the release dates to be nearly the same all the time, or the same day when they can and stuff, it's like, it's just so fun to see two shows be so closely connected with each other, and it's just like, it's really cool and really awesome. And yeah, that's it. That's all I've got to say on the matter for now. going to shut up because I could just talk about it for hours. I already have, haven't I? Alright, I did say there was going to be some delayed Halloween posts as well, and I was not kidding. Because, if you recall, we talked about maukitt's Halloween outfit that was on the go. Well, firstly though, we did get some bonus Clyde and Cleo art for Halloween. It just... Any chance I get to see these two interact in any way, it just makes me so happy. And do you know what? I can just picture... You're saying I'm feeling scandalous. I love that line so much. And also, pish posh. Oh, pish posh. The guy who celebrated Halloween in middle school. Well, sorry, Clyde. You don't have a choice in the matter now. Cleo's taking you trick-or-treating, regardless. Well, I mean, I assume trick-or-treating. I don't know. Depends how scandalous Cleo wants to get, I suppose. Oh, jeez. So that made me giggle right off the bat. But then we did get to see maukitt's finished Soundwave costume, or Soundwave, like, helmet. Boom, bam. Look how cool that is. Absolutely flippin' awesome. And also, I do apologize to everybody. This is purely going to be me and maukitt geeking out moment here. But I did mention this, didn't I? This is what I was talking about. Look. It's the Transformers original series box set. Look at it. Look how many discs it is. And every one of these has 2 discs in it. Look how awesome it is. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I had to bring these down. I had to mention them. There he is. Hooray! Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, my geek out will end now. I need to put these back in the box though. Absolutely awesome Halloween costume. Like honestly, like you like just brought back so many memories. I haven't watched these discs for ages. I'm gonna have to watch them again. It's been a while. All right, that's it. I'm done geeking out now. We can move on with more OSC stuff now. I promise. One more. Salute to the costume. It's really cool. And our final update today comes from WebzForevz. We did talk about WebzForevz not long ago, saying that animation on THREEEE episode 6 was 29% done. Well, we got December 27th. Oh, so we're going to get 3.6 on December 27th. All right, stick it in the calendar. I do love it when you get super advanced notice of an episode coming out. It really gives you time to plan stuff. I know it's not always possible either. And sometimes it is fun to just drop something on someone and just say, hey, this comes out tomorrow. Or, do what Greeny did and drop Animatic Battle 4 just randomly. It wasn't randomly. There was a few little posts on socials before it dropped, but I'm not checking those every 2 seconds. So, anyway, that's fine. I'm not complaining either way. I do like advance notice because it just means in my own brain, I'm like, cool. That's when I can expect this to come. Gives me time to think about it ahead of time and stuff. But you just do you and you drop stuff whenever you want to drop it. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to this moron. Needless to say, I am excited. And December 27th also gives me and Ruby plenty of time to rewatch 3 up to episode 5, just to kind of catch ourselves up a bit. I think I remember quite a lot of what actually happened, but definitely wouldn't hurt to watch it again, just to be sure, All right, that's it. That's everything for this episode. We will be diving into Animatic Battle 4A on Saturday's episode. And if I can, I don't know, I might be squeezed for time. I only have so many hours in the day on top of everything else I need to do. I'm also working on a couple of, outside of work, and doing adult, grown-up things. Adult things sounded wrong. Grown-up things, that sounds wrong as well. Other responsibilities I have. I'm also working on a couple of other side projects. So it's like I am strapped for time here and there, and it's kind of my fault. I'm the one that chucked so much stuff on top of myself. And I've got enough time to do all of these things, and then immediately panic when I realize that I can't do every single thing. Dang it. But it's definitely going to be Animatic Battle 4A. We'll talk about that. I might be able to squeeze something else in, but it does depend how much time I get. Because if I try and squeeze something else in, I'm going to have to watch it first, and then watch it again, because I always have to do that. and then watch it again and make my notes and do my things that I need to do. So we'll see. It would be nice to go over 2 things on Saturday, but it also depends if anything else happens to land on us between now and Friday. So we'll see. Fortunately, this week is one of my Fridays off, so I might have a little bit more wiggle room to do something. So we'll see. But let's just say for now, the only thing for sure is Animatic Battle 4. I know I said in the weekend episode last weekend that we were going to do another new to me show. Might not be able to do that, but let's say to maybe, okay? Regardless, thank you everybody for being here. As always, love and appreciate you all so much. Whether you stuck around for 10 seconds or just popped in to see updates on the one thing you wanted to see updates on, or whether you watched the whole video, it means the world to me that you are here. So please, please, please keep watching object shows, keep making object shows, keep finding new object shows, and yeah, do the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video around, see if you can get some other of your OSC friends here watching this goofball talk about object shows. And I shall see you on the weekend for another episode of OSR. All right. Toodaloo.